Yo, what's up, everyone? Happy Monday. Jeff Bache here, all about that Bache. We got a good one today. I'm so excited about this, too. You have to let me know how the voice sounds, too, and all of that. Let's see if we can get Nikki better in the screen here. But yeah, we got a good one because we got Nikki with us. Nikki is one of our locals here at Columbia, South Carolina, and Nikki is our fighting badge holder. So, Nikki, what's up, man?
What's up?
Hey, so glad to have you, dude. And Nikki, we talked earlier. I'm very jealous of him having his fighting badge because I do not have my fighting badge as of yet. So we get to play his super sweet Rhyperior build, which everyone wants to know about and everyone has been like talking about and commenting on. So I'm excited to see this in play. We didn't play that night.
Had the chance, but just didn't work out.
I ruined it by losing. I lost to Wales in the second round, unfortunately. And so Nikki went to beat Wales. So we didn't get a chance to play. And all I wanted to do was to see this fighting list in action. So we're doing it tonight, and we're running a rematch as if I had gone 2-0. I went 2-1 that night with Ferry, but I didn't get to the 2-0 to meet him in the final. So I'm going to be playing my Ferry versus his Rhyperior list. So we can get into it. So hey, here's my Ferry list. It's it's a variation of what Watto was playing. It's Turbo Fairy, because you guys know me, I'm not going to be playing Fairy Control. But we got busted Fairy support. Like, if there's anything about Fairy, it's got some of the best support Pokemon in the game. We got this super sweet Togekiss that can be evolved immediately because of its Delta Evolution trait. But besides that, it's got Serengrace, so when I play it from my hand to evolve it, I get to look at 8 cards at the top of my deck and attach any energy cards. They have to be basic, though, to the Pokemon I have in any way I'd like. So this is pretty busted, especially when you're running like Devolution Spray or Scoop Up Net, and especially since you can Devo TM it and then immediately do it again because of its Delta trait. It's super sweet. Then Florges here. Basically, all of my Fairy Pokemon's attack cost a Fairy Energy less, which is pretty busted when you have some higher attack cost. Whimsicott, which is just Roserade with free retreat. Once I evolve it, I get any card from my deck. Pretty busted there. And then, of course, Shiinotic, which is just Baby Grottle. Basically, I can go search a Fairy Pokemon from my deck. So that's where the good stuff about Fairy ends. And then we come to our attackers here. Xerneas, one of our better basics. It has a lead attack, which lets us go grab a supporter. So pretty good setup mon. And then Bright Horns, of course, here. 130 for 3, but I can't attack during the next turn. That's as good as it gets, guys. 130 for 3. Tapu Fini is 3 energy. It does 100, and your active Pokemon is now confused. I can also use Dream Away, which gives me a heads. It puts your Pokemon back into your deck, which can be kind of annoying, which I think I might have to Dream Away some of your Mons today.
Probably,
the best attacker in the deck is Mimikyu, because your attacks are really good, and so if I can copycat them, it's great. And then Clefable is kind of but it does 30 more damage for each Fairy Pokemon that has energy attached to it. So if I like Togekiss and kind of spread the love, I can use Clefable to kind of do some big-ish damage. The best card in the deck is Diantha. If one of my Fairy Pokemon was knocked out, I can just get 2 cards from my discard pile back to my hand. So it's like teammates from my discard pile. So that's Turbo Fairy. Is it good?
We'll find out.
We'll stop there. All right. All right, Nikki, tell us about this super awesome fighting deck.
Then what I've got going on is a deck built around Rhyperior, Wide Wall Rhyperior from one of the newer sets. Its ability says as long as it's in the active, whenever your opponent plays a supporter card, from their hand, prevent all effects of that card done to your Pokemon. So you can't gust anything. I think it even prevents Hex, if I remember correctly. But it is a stage 2 in fighting, so it's a little difficult. Its attack is 180 for fighting colorless, which would be great with double colorless if I was running it, but I'm not. And it does 180 and discards an energy from your active, so it can even take care of pesky Okidogis and other stuff like that. But the kind of the core that I think the Wide Wall helps with is the Archeops package. I think, looking back at older GLC stuff, Archeops is pretty heavily played in fighting because stopping your opponent from evolving is a pretty solid thing to do. But what it was really missing is that Archeops nowadays is a little weak. It's only 130 HP. Your opponent can kind of gust it up, knock it out with one of their basic Pokemon. And then you kind of lose all that setup that you did and all that work that you did. So Wide Wall Rhyperior helps with that. To go with the Archeops, we're playing the Mega Barrage Metacham and the TM Devolution. So if I get the Archeops in play, I can put the Metacham up, TM Devo you twice, and then now you can't evolve it again. So I can kind of take prizes that way. To back up my attackers, I've got Colossal, which allows me to accelerate a fire and or a fighting energy for my discard every turn. And then the basic attackers kind of help carry the game early. So Terrakion has the Cavern Tackle for fighting colorless to deal 120, and then it doesn't take any damage the next turn, but it also can't use Cavern Tackle the next turn. But you do have some synergy with being able to retreat it for 3 and then immediately accelerate 2 of those energies back into play with Colossal. And then Groudon is just kind of your flex attacker. It's fighting colorless, and you can discard up to 4 energy from any Pokemon on you control, and it deals 60 damage for each discarded this way. So it hits up to 240, can be pretty customizable. It hits 60, 120, 180, 240, doesn't matter. And then, of course, to back up that kind of Colossal package, we've got Crispin in. Just helps accelerate energy, helps get these attackers going to take some early knockouts or deal with some painful stuff. And then the real spicy card is Temple of Sinnoh, which is a stadium that says all special energy attached to Pokemon provide colorless energy and have no other effects. So it's pretty good in the stuff like Dragon, Whales, kills that reversal energy without you having to worry about playing around with prizes and stuff like that. So
yeah, and I love this deck. Just love this deck because it's just so like, it's kind of like play what fighting gives you. Like you could play the aggressive start if that's what your deck is like. Oh, here's a Groudon and here's a Crispin. But then at the same time, it's like, oh, hey, you just happen to also have Plume Fossil. You could go the Archeops route. So I'm really excited to see this in play. Some real issues I noticed as you were going over your deck list. I can't mimic you and kill your Wide Wall Rhyperior because it does 180. It has 200 HP.
Correct.
I'm not overly reliant on special energy, but I do have counter, which is a pretty big part of my game plan. So Temple of Sinnoh is going to be kind of brutal. And if we get into the Whales matchup, it's going to be definitely brutal there.
Yep.
And then I'm trying to think what else here. Oh, yeah, just all the other stuff. You're just doing so much damage. Like this could be bad.
Yep. Yep. I will say the one good thing that probably helps out is that I don't play Lux Cape or any other health modifiers. Have 1 Mallow and Lana to heal the big boy. But other than that, it should be pretty even keel. Every health point on the board is what it is. So
yeah, it's really cool that your deck also has like just a really good matchup into what I perceive as like the 2 best decks at the moment. Like colorless, it's fighting into colorless, but you also have other ways to deal with it. And then on top of that, Whales like was the other really good deck. You're just like, I don't care about your Whales. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That Rhyperior went to town on Max Whalelord in the final, just bumping in energy off, which conveniently enough is really helpful for not splash energy, is it? It's wash energy.
Wash energy.
Yeah. So
well, to see. All right. I'm worried. I am worried. All right. Heads or tails?
We'll go tails.
It is tails.
All right. I'll go second.
Nah, you good. Oh, Nikki's cutting me, guys. It's never happened before. We always do the other stuff. Do webcam. No one cuts my deck.
Oh, no. I'm just so used to it. All right. We are legally obligated.
Yeah, me too. This could be a really bad game. All right, let's get to it.
All right.
Good luck, have fun.
Yep.
All right, we got our 50 HP Togepi here to start.
Oh.
All right, we'll draw.
Can't donk it.
We drew another basic, so that's pretty good. I'm going to drop down a Tapu Fini here. I am going to go ahead and attach energy to Togepi, and then we'll just pass to you from here.
All right. Draw my card. And I didn't have a whole lot of action going on in my hand. It was really kind of awkward because we got Research and Cynthia and Caitlin. Not very good supporters to open with, but I drew Ball Guy for turn.
Nice.
So we'll be able to go take a look.
And Nikki, since this is your first time on stream, we do the lazy cheater prize check.
Sure.
Saves us time and all that good stuff.
All right. So got some rough action in here. Groudon, I can get back off of the Heat Swing Heavy Ball, so I'm not overly worried about that. But having one of my only switch outs, my Enhanced Hammer and my Heavy Ball in here, the Arcan I'm not overly concerned about because it seems like your evolutions are not impactful, and you're going to be devolutioning your stuff anyway. So TM Evo kind of means I wasn't going to get the explosive start, but I wasn't doing that anyway because no Arvin.
Yep. And you're just going to skip the Arcan anyway, right? Like you're going to rare candy in the Archeops if you wanted to, or at least attempt to.
Well, I can't because I'm playing Plume Fossil instead.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So I'm playing the shenanigans where I just get to kind of quick put it into play, I guess. All right, so we're doing Ball Guy. Heavy Ball's in the prizes, so we'll go get Nest Ball, Hisui Heavy Ball, and Quick Ball.
Are you playing while we're getting your balls?
Sure.
Are you playing Magma, Team Magma's Great Ball?
I am not. This is kind of what I was talking about before we started, is that the list is so tight. And Heavy Ball just gives you a good out to Terrakion, as well as Colossal, Carkol, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Rhyperior. So the only one that I was really considering cutting was Nest Ball, because Quick Ball actually gives you the ability to discard the Arcan to Plume Fossil with it. So we will Hisui Heavy Ball, go ahead and get that Groudon off my prizes. And then I think I'm definitely going to Nest Ball. I'll probably just Quick Ball as well, but I'm going to double check and make sure.
Fair. Anyway, the reason why I ask about Magma Great Balls, I found out today it's like $4.
Good Lord.
I bought 7 from full group games.
And as you guys kind of see, I like my shiny cards, so that bodes worse for me. Yeah, so I'll definitely Nest Ball, and I think I'm just going to go ahead, because I can kind of get it back with the Cynthia and Caitlin if you don't disrupt my hand. I'll just Quick Ball, discarding Professor's Research, and then Nest Ball as well, and we're going to kind of go ahead and get everything set up. Or try to get everything set up. So with the deck, you definitely want to try and go into Colossal as quickly as possible, as well as Rhyperior. And since I grabbed the Groudon off the prizes, I kind of have my choice of what I want to go into next. So I have Hisui and Arcanine as well to go with the Colossal package. I also have the Metatite. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Terrakion and just set up another attacker. And then I believe I'm just going to attach an energy to Groudon and pass to you.
All right. Energy on Groudon there makes me a little sad. I wanted the energy onto Rhyhorn. All right. Let's see if we can get busted start. And it starts with the Ball Guy. Is how we do it.
Ball Guy for Ball Guy.
Yeah. My least favorite card in GLC. Let's check our prizes. No, not bad. Colress, Professor's Research, Buddy Buddy Poffin, but we got Ball Guy, so we're good. We get to get into Togekiss this turn. So this is a turn 2 Togekiss, which is pretty busted if you know anything about Fairy. So we have to get it's Nest Ball, Level Ball, and then what's my other ball? So Nest Ball for sure. There's our second one. I think I might just get a Timer Ball and wait till next turn. All right, so yeah, off the Ball Guy, we'll grab Timer Ball, Level Ball, and Nest Ball. Let's go ahead and play Nest Ball. We'll play Level Ball here. Nest Ball is going to grab us the Flabebe. And then off of our Level Ball here, I am going to get the where you at? Togetic. All right, got to shuffle up because I'm gonna be doing some shenanigans. I need to hit energy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
All this only matters if we hit energy.
Yeah, and then the Togekiss can take the knockout on Rhyhorn, correct? If you hit 2 energy.
Togekiss can't. Tapu Fini can.
Sure.
So we'll have to see if this plays out like we had hoped. So we'll Togekiss, and which will activate Serene Grace. Look at the top 8. 1, 2,
pretty good so
3,
far.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, you got it.
8. All right, did I count right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got an extra one, but that's okay. These get shuffled back in. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. Let's hope that that's enough. The reason why we attach the energy to Togepi here is that we did think that we might need to retreat. Groudon's, yeah. Groudon's maybe what? If you're a rare candy and a colossal away from attacking, maybe I don't know. We don't care. We're fairy. We can't care. All right, we're going to drop down a Cottony here. We'll go ahead and retreat, discarding an energy. Go up into Tapu Fini here. Let's think if there's anything else I want to do. You mentioned your hand. I do have a reset stamp, but against fighting, I just want to save it till you're in a more powerful position. So I'm just going to Wonder Shine. 100 damage, and you're confused. Take our first prize.
Yep.
Fairy's winning, guys.
And I'll go up into the Groudon and draw. Yeah, you did say you had the reset stamp, but I think reset stamping me when I'm already on 4 cards maybe isn't the most effective thing in the world.
It's not the right play.
Yeah. So I have a couple options here. Obviously, I can go ahead and Crispin and just take the knockout on the Fini and then hope that you can't follow that up.
Mm-hmm.
That does use my supporter for turn, and it doesn't advance my board in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I do have a Karina. However, that leaves me potentially knocking myself out to Confusion next turn, or even worse if you have a Gust.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not super concerned about it. I don't have any energy in the bin right now, so I don't really need to I don't think I really need to worry all that much. So I'll just go ahead and play the Crispin. We're going to go ahead and get a Fighting and a Fire Energy and slap them on the Groudon. And this kind of sets me up where if I do manage to go into a Rare Candy Colossal play, I have to discard the energy, but it also takes 3 energy off of your board.
It does, yeah.
Which could be important. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, Diantha lets you kind of do some busted stuff if I take a knockout, but...
Oh, I don't have Diantha.
Oh, no. So we'll attach there, and then I believe that's all I'm going to do. So I'll Magma Purge, discarding a Fire and a Fighting Energy to do 120 and take the knockout.
Tapu Fini is down. We'll go up into Cottony here. Make sure we adjust our prizes over here. All right. We'll go up into Cottony here, like I said, and we'll draw. All right, let's go with a Buddy Poffin to start. Do I have to discard Fighting Energy, or just any energy for Magma Purge?
It's any energy.
So I could get Mimikyu, but Mimikyu would still need to discard 2 energy. Is Counter Energy in our deck?
Well, does the Mimikyu do 10 base plus?
No, it doesn't. So I would need something else.
3.
Yeah, so I would need like that plus like Raihan or something, which I have access to this turn. Well, Mimikyu is going to be one of them anyway.
Makes sense.
And I could just get Xerneas. Xerneas kind of does it by its own too, but I can't get that off of the Buddy Poffin.
Yeah.
Wish I could get Whimsicott, but I think we'll just get Morlul here. All right, we're going to be back in our deck because we have the most hated card in all of Gym Leader Challenge, Timer Ball. So we need this Timer Ball to hit 1 hit.
It's big win or big lose.
Where are you at, Timer Ball? So yeah, here's a Timer Ball. We didn't get it, Chad.
Oh, no.
But you know what we do get to do? We get to do it again.
Do it again.
Because I have Diantha.
That is true.
So yeah, let's Diantha here.
Yep.
Here we're going to get back Timer Ball. And we are going to get back... I guess I could guarantee it. I guess we could grab a Level Ball. Does the energy matter? I need to hit like pretty good here. All right, let's do it again.
Do it again.
You ever double Timer Ball in a turn?
Nope.
All right.
Never been able to recur items.
All right, here we go. It's just any card, right? You made me double check. I put 2 cards. All right,
Yeah.
Diantha's busted. All right, Timer Ball.
Oh
my
no.
God.
That's so rough.
All right, that's okay. We got Level Ball.
Yeah, at least you had the out to it.
All right, Level Ball will grab us a Whimsicott. And Whimsicott is just Roserade. Let's just get any card from our deck. And so I think I'm going to grab Devolution Spray here. And we might spin the Togekiss wheel.
Makes sense. You've got 4 energy in the discard already?
Yeah, 4 energy in the discard. I think we
Oh,
play
boy.
11.
Okay.
So this
So it's
is
still a decent chance.
sometimes you got to do what you got to do in Fairy, right?
Yeah.
This is kind of like, this is a turbo deck. Like, we are not, we cannot play the catch-up game very well.
That's fair.
So let's Devolution Spray our
Yeah.
Togekiss back in the hand, and because of its Delta trait, I get to evolve it immediately. Let's go top 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we just found 1 energy there. 1 energy is not the end of the world. I am going to go ahead and put it onto Mimikyu. Do I just go Filchin? I don't think you can take a KO next turn.
Kind of a lot depends.
Yeah, it could be like VS Seek or Crispin. I think I'm kind of okay with you attempting to take 1, though, and maybe that's fine. So let's retreat into Whimsicott. Let's go ahead and scoop it up.
Sure.
Drop down the Cottony again, and then I'm going to filch and draw 2 cards. All right, all you after that.
Draw. So, unfortunately for Jeff, I do, in fact, have a Karina to go get the Rare Candy and the Colossal.
Okay.
Let's get Rare Candy and Colossal. So that allows me to accelerate the energy to Groudon.
We're doomed, Chet.
To take another knockout. However, I'm not sure that that's necessarily the worst case scenario for him. I'm thinking while I'm at it, I think I'm actually I don't know that this escape rope is actually all that valuable to me right now. What is valuable to me before I put the Colossal into play is I am going to go ahead and play Parallel City.
Okay.
And make you decide.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We can't actually use Togekiss again, so this is actually a pretty easy, like an easier decision than I thought. So we're going to get rid of Togekiss. We could recover it and do it again. That actually kind of helps us out a bit, but it's still sad to see my bench be gone.
That's fair. So then we'll Rare Candy the Roly-Poly into Colossal. And then we're going to go ahead and play Earthen Vessel, pitching the Escape Rope, mostly because I kind of just want to knock out the Mimikyu this turn.
That's fair.
So we'll go get Fighting and another Fighting. And then we are going to use Colossal's Tar Generator to generate Tar Generator, the Fighting and the Fire energy I discarded with Groudon last turn onto itself. And we'll attach a Fighting energy to Terrakion to go ahead and start setting that up. So Tar Generator will go to Groudon. And then I believe that's all we're in for. So we're going to go ahead and Magma Purge to discard both the energy I Tar Generated and take a knockout.
All right, we'll draw here.
Oh, no.
All right. How do we win? How do we win? We don't, Chet. We don't. Let me get your prizes right on screen. All right. So can I get 3 energy onto something this turn? And I'm not sure if I can or not. Because I would need too much, I think. My hand just didn't line up the way I need it to. So I got Arven. I've got Whimsicott. I have a way to get back Mimikyu. I can do 130 with Xerneas, but I don't have a way to get it plus 3 energy on it this turn without something like Raihan or Florges into play. Is there a world where I can get Florges and I can get something else into play? I'm not sure. Well, let's start with the Whimsicast and let's go look through our deck and see what we can. If it was already in play, I could grab Raihan here, which would be busted, you know. But I can't just grab Raihan, unfortunately.
If you had a way to get it into play, you could Raihan, and I think you said you had counter energy.
I have counter energy in the deck, yeah.
So that would allow you to go into it.
We just don't have all the fancy stuff. I could just kind of hope to wheel into it, but I'm thinking all my draw supporters are kind of prized right now. So I think that maybe Cynthia is my best option here, to be honest.
Sure.
So we'll grab Cynthia out of the deck. Let's Super Rod. We're going to put Mimikyu, Fairy Energy, think back into our deck here. I'm going to go ahead and reset Stampia. Now
Sure.
seems like a decent time for that.
Yeah, seems fair. So it's a shuffle, draw 4?
Shuffle, draw equal to prizes.
Oh, sure.
And then, I'm just going to have to Cynthia and hope for a whole bunch. Because you are definitely taking a KO. I think if you take another KO, we just scoop. So...
Yeah, well, the thing that's going to kill you is that if I manage to reset Stamp into like a Guzma or something, then I just get to take a KO with Terrakion. There's not really maybe a whole lot you can do with it next turn. Kind of preserve the Groudon a little bit.
Yeah. If we find Escape Rope here, we could maybe deal with Terrakion. We just got to find a lot. We got to find a lot, chat.
All right, so 4 for me, 6 for you.
Yep. We'll might be playing whales sooner than you guys think. 4, 5,
right.
and 6. Okay. All right, so here's Shiinotic. Shiinotic lets me go and find some stuff. So Shiinotic lets us search for a fairy Pokemon. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and find Xerneas. Xerneas makes you KO it all the way. You'd have to discard all 3 energy. So I think that's actually what I am going to do here.
Makes sense.
And then we're going to go energy on to Xerneas. Retreat Whimsicott because it has free retreat. And then I'm going to lead, go and find a supporter. I'm going to find Raihan.
Sure.
All you after that.
All right. We'll draw. So reset Stamp wasn't, I wouldn't say the greatest for me, but it's not horrifying either. Kind of left me without a supporter for turn, which is a little unfortunate, but we work with what we've got. So I think what I want to do here is the Xerneas does 130, which can knock out the Terrakion, so I kind of have to deal with it this turn, unfortunately, which even though I don't want to necessarily enable an easy Raihan play, it's just going to have to be what it is. So we're going to go ahead and Tar Generator the energy to Groudon.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and attach Fighting Energy to Terrakion. And then I'm going to go ahead and play Battle Compressor. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple things. The main thing being the Archons and the prizes, actually. So I'll go ahead and take this greens out of the deck because I can't play it anymore, realistically. And then I think what I want to do is I want to put one more Fire Energy in the bin. That way I can potentially preserve that. And then thinking I just want to probably just leave everything else in there. Yep, we'll just put those in there. And normally Battle Compressor, can help me power up with Colossal if I don't have any energies in the bin. But it also helps set up the Archon to go into Archeops. All right, and yeah, that's it. So we'll Magma Purge and discard all 3 energy off of the Groudon.
All right, Xerneas is down.
And we'll go to 3 prizes.
Yeah, 35 on prizes. All right, Whimsicott with free retreat into our active here. Draw for turn. That's not terrible. So we're going to deal with Groudon this turn. We don't get to deal with the Terrakion, unfortunately, but Xerneas does survive a Terrakion hit without any help. So there's that. So let's get Rescue Stretcher.
Yep.
Let's grab a Xerneas here. Bench it. Let's go ahead and play Raihan. Raihan is going to attach energy to Xerneas. And let's go and find a card. All right, I think the card that I want is Rare Candy if it's in the deck. There's Rare Candy. We'll use Shiinotic's Illuminate ability, and I'll grab the Florges here. Makes all my Pokemon's attacks cost very less. We're doing it.
Also preserves the counter energy.
It does. It does. We might need it for later. So here's Florges with the Rare Candy. Here is another energy. And then, yeah, we're going to retreat Whimsicott into Xerneas, who's now attack now cost 1 fairy less. So fairy coming clutch here. And we'll 130 Groudon and hope that is good enough.
Yep. So we'll go up into the Terrain and draw. And I'm not really drawing a whole lot super well. Kind of got a dead hand. Trying to think of... There isn't really much I can do with it, to be honest. I think we're just going to go ahead and play Heavy Ball and see if I've got something I can grab out of here that would be helpful. Obviously, can't grab some of the weaker stuff. Can't grab the Metacham, Metatite. Yeah, there's not really much I can grab. There's not anything I can grab, actually. I guess I can just grab the Rhyperior, even though the Rhyhorn's in the bin. Just try and set myself up for something down the line, maybe. It's kind of one of the downsides of fighting, is that you're really locked into whatever you draw off the top. Don't really have a lot of way to move around cards. So I think I'm going to go ahead and attach this TM Evo because I don't really want to dig it back out. And then I'm going to use Tar Generator to generate a Fighting to Colossal and a Fire to the Terrakion.
Cool beans.
And then kind of set myself up for potentially having to attack with Colossal, which would be unfortunate. And then we'll go ahead and use Cavern Tackle. And this TM Evo will go to the bin. So Xerneas will take 120. It'll live with 10 HP. But Terrakion can't take any damage next turn. And it also can't use Cavern Tackle either.
Cool. All right. We'll draw here. That's a pretty clutch draw, if I'm going to be honest with you. That's Guzma.
Yeah, Guzma hurts.
Guzma does hurt. And you can't even use Terrakion next turn regardless because of the way it's worded.
Oh.
It's
actually not even come up.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it says that Cavern Tackle can't be used, right? So it's an effect on you, not necessarily Terrakion. So even if Terrakion goes to the...
Yep, if one of your Pokemon use Cavern Tackle during your last turn, this attack can't be used.
Yeah.
True.
All right, so yeah, let's Guzma up the Colossal. But now, Xerneas actually says this Pokemon can't use Brighthorns next turn. But since its effect on this Pokemon has gone to the bench now, it is removed.
It definitely can use it.
So yeah, let's go ahead and Shiinotic here as well. I'm going to get back our friend Mimikyu. We don't get to KO the Colossal, but we can make it maybe easier for a chip in for something.
Yeah.
And also, I'm still under the effect of Parallel here, so I can't actually even bench this Mimikyu and start charging it up. So, let's see. It's going to be left with 30, so I could take the KO with Shiinotic, which is kind of funny. So, energy is going on Shiinotic. Let's go ahead and retreat Whimsicott into Xerneas here.
Sure.
And then we'll Brighthorns for 130.
130, and it has no extra effects, correct?
I can't use Brighthorns during my next turn.
Gotcha.
Or this Pokemon can't.
All right, so we'll draw. Oh, we've kind of got reamed on draws.
Reset
so, yeah, I kind of drew a bunch of Pokemon. So obviously this isn't great. Even like Mallow and Lana would have been pretty clutch here. But what we do have is one of the non-Pokemon cards in my hands. I do have a Floatstone.
Okay.
So I can Floatstone here, can retreat back into the Terrakion, and then we're going to go Tar Generating to generate with that extra fire energy I put in the bin. So Colossal is 1 energy from being able to attack. However, his attack only does 130, so it's kind of weak, all things considered. And then can't Cavern Tackle, so pass to you.
All right, we'll draw here. All right, I do have Fairy Garden. So each Pokemon that has any fairy energy has no retreat cost. So we do get beyond the Terrakion here. Have I used Escape Rope yet?
I don't believe you have.
Dang, I was kind of hoping I had. So let's bench Mimikyu because we finally can.
Yep.
Let's VS Seeker for Guzma.
Sure.
Now let's Guzma up that.
That might be the dagger.
I'm going to go up into Shiinotic here. To be fair, I could have KO'd the I guess Terrakion this turn.
Yep.
Maybe. Actually, I don't think I could have because I didn't have Escape Rope. But let's go ahead and use Shiinotic's ability. Go find ourselves a fairy Pokemon. We'll find Clefairy. I can now bench it as well. Boop, boop. Let's look through the deck here. I still have Ordinary Rod, so there's still ways to get energy back if we need it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do 30 after we bench Clefairy, of course. We'll go ahead and do 30 damage, and it's asleep, but we take the KO.
Yep.
Oh, God. So, this is a comeback?
Yeah, I think this might be the comeback because I kind of bricked into stuff, and Field Blower doesn't exactly help either. So I'm not dead. I guess we can go ahead and start by Field Blowering that. I don't think you have a whole ton of tools in the deck anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then really the only thing I can do left is Cavern Tackle for 120 and take the knockout, and Terrakion can't take damage next turn.
All right. We'll go open a Whimsicott here.
Oh, man. Got a handful of Pokemon.
All right. Let's use Evolution Incense. And let's grab ourselves a Clefable. I'm not going to shuffle here because I do just have, like the one play available to me is going to be Retreat into Xerneas. And then since you can't attack next turn, I kind of get a free turn to use its supporter attack.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to go ahead and use Lead here, which is going to get me a supporter for my deck. And I do think that that supporter is going to be just an Arven. And we'll pass you.
All right. Oh, come on, baby. Ultra Ball is not it.
Oof. Ultra Ball is another Pokemon, though, right?
It is another Pokemon, and it does let me discard the Arkin. However, I think I'm a little out of this at this point. So looking at my hand, I don't think the Archeops is really going to matter, if I'm being honest. Or maybe it's the Medicham isn't going to matter. I guess it's the Medicham's not going to matter. So we'll go ahead and Ultra Ball, and we're going to go get the Hisuian Arcanine, or Growlithe, rather. Put it on the bench. And then I'm trying to play to my outs. So I can't draw exactly energy in Versus Seeker, so retreating the Terrakion doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like putting the Growlithe up doesn't really matter either, because you just get to KO it anyway. So I think I'm just going to let Terrakion chill there, and I'll pass back to you and hope that we can find a supporter. If not, this is going to be the fairy comeback of a lifetime.
All right, so I did find an energy. And we're going to go ahead and attach that to Mimikyu. I don't actually know how much that will matter, but spreading it around energy with Clefable on board is kind of important anyway. I do just have Arven, and I have Marnie. I've had Marnie in my hand for a couple turns, but
Sure.
Your hand seems really bad. So.
Yeah, no, it is quite bad for the rest of everyone else to see.
So I do have Luxurious Cape, and I have Ordinary Rod here.
Yeah, that makes problems.
Let's go ahead and just use Ordinary Rod. I'm going to put back 2 energy.
Sure. Man,
Tapu Fini, and it's up to 2, right? Where you at? Up to 2. Yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah. I really didn't think you actually had the cape in there. I figured all your dudes were kind of just small enough that cape wasn't quite good enough.
When your best attacker is Xerneas, you kind of have to.
That's fair.
You need it to kind of survive a couple turns. We mostly just need some energy back in our deck, though. So there's that. But let's go ahead and Bright Horns here.
Yep.
130. Take a KO. We can't Bright Horns the next turn. That's a pretty good draw right there, too.
We'll go up into the Growlithe, and Evolution Incense is not going to do anything for us. The only bright side is that we can evolve to gain some hit points, and we'll send it back to you.
All right. We'll draw here.
I have a lot of supporters left in the deck, too, which is funny.
All right. Here's Tapu Fini. Let's go. Gosh, is the only way you win a Luxurious Cape? I think the only way you win is if I play Luxurious Cape. So let's make sure not to do that. You turn Bird on Florgus here.
Sure.
Yeah, let's just research.
Yeah.
Discarding Marnie, Ultra Ball, and Luxury Escape.
Sure.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are bad cards. I think I've only got bad cards left in my deck. So let's town map here.
Doesn't matter if you have bad cards if your opponent's not doing a whole lot.
There is our Colress and our Escape Rope over there.
Yep.
I did find energy. So here's an energy. So currently, Clefable is doing, so it does 30 more for each, more damage for each of your Pokemon that has any fairy energy attached. So it'll just be 90, 100. Because it does 10 plus that.
Sure.
So we'll go up into Clefable here, and we'll do 100.
All right. 50 HP in a dream. Fighting energy is not going to do it. So we'll attach the fighting energy, and you got it.
We did it.
Yep.
Fairy won.
Yeah, that was a rough sequence of events. I've got quite a few supporters in the deck, and they're all right there. Badge.
Bro, that's kind of what fighting does, though, right? Like we've kind of been lulled into a false sense of like Hitmonbros has been really good, but like Hitmonbros can brick pretty hard too. So like just the fact that things can brick is rough.
Yeah.
But I think it was the reset stamp. I don't know if it put you in kind of a bad spot.
It wasn't a terrible spot. I didn't have any supporters. I think it was Floatstone, TM Evo, Fighting Energy, and Battle Compressor.
Yeah.
But it took me off a hand that was TM Evo, Floatstone, Cynthia and Caitlin, and something else.
Okay.
So that Cynthia and Caitlin would have done quite a lot to dig me back in. But
yeah, fighting's best friend, Cynthia and Caitlin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing, going over the list and talking about it with people in the Cardboard Warriors Discord is I'm a huge fan of playing the Cynthia and Caitlin Lusamine stuff to try and help, loop yourself and keep yourself in the game. And this deck it needs so much. And fighting needs so many card draw supporters just to keep itself above board that finding space for that Lusamine just is very tight.
So many. We get greedy. Let's be honest. If you got time, let's do a couple more.
Yeah.
But we're gonna play a rematch, at least a close to a rematch. I'm not sure what list Mac was running. So Mac, one of our Flowtown gang, she's from Florence. She runs up here, beat me with her Wailord deck, and it was similar to this. I think she might have been playing Scatter or Wishy Washy, which I currently don't own. It's actually going to be one of the first cards I pick up here in a bit. But I'm going to be playing Whales, so jumbo-sized Wailord, which this might be the last time we see this card, because believe it or not, this card might be getting power crept. If you had told me a card,
crazy.
Yeah, it's just crazy, right? Like if you told me a year ago that jumbo-sized Wailord was going to get power crept, I would have been like, "You're crazy. GLC is broken," but it's happening, so that's happening. But jumbo size means it takes 30 less damage. If it has a special energy attack, its special wave does 120 plus 120 more. So pretty busted, 240 damage on a 230, effectively 230 HP mon. So Titan, another big stage 1. It can do 80 plus 140 more if it has special energy attached. Frostmoth is one of our Rain Dancers. It's going to Ice Dance energy onto our bench mons. But I'm playing Vitality Springs Blastoise too, because I think if you get set up, you can use that one turn to just go ahead and get powered up. And it's pretty good. And plus, I love me a Blastoise, so you'll never see me run the list without Blastoise typically. Vulpix, better than Bastion on this list. I played a list with Bastion a couple weeks ago, but getting evolutions to your hand in a build like this, so important. And then, of course, we're just tanky. We got Malinlana, Rough Seas, Luxurious Cape, Pot Helmet. Like, we are the epitome of tank. And so that's what we got.
Yep. So this is going to be the matchup where I definitely want to sit on the Field Blower a little bit longer. But
yeah, sit on the Field Blower. You've got Tiplicina, you've got Enhanced Hammer. Like, I'm just sitting here being like, is Reversal going to be enough? Like, usually Reversal is good enough to get me one turn. Fortunately, we're playing Recycle Energy, so like maybe that will help us out a little bit. But if you just like Temple of Sinnoh, it takes away Recycle's ability, and then a well-timed Enhanced Hammer can get rid of that if you haven't had to use it earlier. So this will be rough. If you can get out Rhyperior early, I can't boss up your support mons. It could be really tough to get through Rhyperior. So I think this is going to be like a setup battle.
Yeah.
Which one of us gets set up? And when you told me that you beat the Whales deck, I was kind of like, they got Inteleon. What does fighting have? So, I'm going to be interested to see how this played out.
I don't remember 100% through that, but I don't remember if she got Inteleon set up, but I know she definitely got the Wailord set up with Reversal, and I definitely Enhanced Hammered the Reversal off of it.
No!
And it didn't really matter a whole lot because we were kind of even on prizes at that point. So, I was knocking out her Wailord.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a little bit more of an uphill battle for me because I do struggle to hit those numbers. Obviously, the Rhyperior is the best Pokemon in the matchup. Groudon can KO the Whale Lord, but it takes a lot, and it's going to set you back a turn. You can't really spend time setting up a secondary attacker while you're knocking out the Whale Lord. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Nikki, first or second?
I guess I'll go second again.
All right. Yeah, that's the thing I love about Groudon, though, is like, you mentioned it's kind of tough to set up again, but like the fact that it can hit 240, which is the magic number. It's the biggest number in GLC right now. It's 240.
Yeah.
So there's that. Now I'm going to show you a big old hand of evolutions and some really good, but not super great setup supporters.
Yep. All right. So we'll get one mulligan.
Oh, shout out to Josh, by the way. Those of you who see me on the podcast know that Josh recently went 3-0 at the San Antonio Regionals with a Whale Lord list. Made me think of him.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Giving some credibility to the podcast,
Yeah, I only vaguely looked at the list that I think someone in the Cardboard Warriors Discord put up, but it seemed like the archetypes are pretty spread, or at least the types were pretty spread.
Yeah.
Whether the archetypes are spread or not, totally different story.
There. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how many lists we get posted and like what they look like and who was playing what. People just tend to play their favorites in GLC. I really like that about our locals.
Yeah. Yeah, I've yet to build Leviathan, but Swampert Mudkip, by extension, Swampert's my favorite Pokemon. So shout out to Weeder for making a Swampert deck that's good.
That's good. All right, I got a basic, but it could be bad.
Alrighty, I'll take my one extra card.
All right, man. All right. Yep. Good luck. Have fun.
Got it out on.
We got Squirtle.
Oh boy.
And we'll draw. Water energy. And we're going to hold to this Shell Shield.
So what does the Shell Shield actually do?
Nothing if it's in the active. But if it's on the bench, you can prevent all damage.
Gotcha. All right, so we'll start with a Nest Ball, and we'll do the Lazy Prize check.
Okay.
That is unfortunate. The Roly-Poly is in the prizes, and so are a bunch of my good supporters. The Plume Fossil being in the prizes is also kind of annoying because kind of have to take that naturally, but you can always get the Heesween Heavy Ball. The real unfortunate one is when your important stuff's in your important basics in the prizes, and so is the Heavy Ball.
That's the problem with Cole, man. Just when Cole gets prized, things go bad.
Yeah.
That's why every time I look at a list that's not running Cole and Garganacl, I'm like, in your list, I get it, because your list has a lot of controlling angles to it. But I'm like, come on, guys, we got to play. Got to play them both. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, and I definitely would want to fit both if I thought that fighting could support a 3 stage 2 deck. But one of those stage 2s not being the Inteleon line makes that horridly impossible.
I think you could maybe get away with running Machamp, but only because you might want Machoke. And you just want Machoke as often as you want.
Yeah.
But even then, it's probably rough.
That kind of makes sense. All right, so we're going to use Fighting Energy on Groudon, or attach a Fighting Energy on Groudon, and then we're going to, hilariously enough, probably just pass it, because I don't think there's anything I want to actively do this turn, so we'll use Swelling Power to attach a Fighting Energy from my hand to Groudon.
All right, we'll draw here. Hey, look, I get to legitimately check my prizes. Let's play his Swing Heavy Ball here. This rarely happens. There is an Artillery and a Raihan, but besides that, we're pretty good. So I got a pretty good hand, in all honesty here. This Arven needs to be pretty good.
Yeah.
And so I've got Buddy Poffin.
Oh, yeah. Poffin plus TM Evo. I don't actually even know if the deck runs TM Evo.
Unfortunately, I do not run TM Evo. The problem here is I have rare Candy Blastoise, but I don't think it's worth it right now, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Well,
so let's... Buddy Poffin's definitely going to be one of them. And let's see what else I'm running. Probably just Floatstone, maybe, on this Blastoise is the call. So yeah, let's we'll grab Buddy Poffin and we'll grab Arven, or Buddy Poffin and Floatstone off the Arven. Let's go ahead and jam a Buddy Poffin. I think we'll just get into Vulpix this turn, to be honest. And then I'm going to throw down a Sobble.
Makes sense.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and attach Floatstone here.
Sure.
Save that energy. Go up into Vulpix. And then from here, let's just Beacon. Find 2, put in our tan. It's going to definitely be Drizzile.
Makes sense.
And I'm probably just going to grab, I think it's probably better to set up Citadel first. So we'll grab Citadel.
Sure.
All right, all you.
All right. Draw. So I drew an Arvin of my own. However, with you just tutoring stuff to hand, I was already kind of planning on playing this Marnie already.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really have a whole lot else going on. Arvin could get me theoretically the Earthen Vessel and let me take the knockout, but I don't think it's really all that important. Whereas I could just kind of wheel into an energy naturally. I also don't really want to use his Battle Compressor or anything, and then having 2 dead cards in my hand. So we're just going to go ahead and play Marnie.
All right.
And try and just draw a natural energy, or maybe draw the Earthen Vessel off the rip anyway.
All right, we'll go to 4.
I go to 5. All right, so we didn't quite get there with the energy, which is unfortunate, but I think we might have done enough to set you back. We did get our Hisui and Growlithe, and then I think I will go ahead and rare candy into Rhyperior.
Okay.
Just to go ahead and get that going, and then I will pass to you.
All right, we'll draw here. All right, let's play Professor's Letter here. Let's go ahead and grab the energies. 1, 2. One of them's going to go goodbye. I'm going to Ultra Ball, and I am going to get rid of probably Titan here and an energy. Keep the other energy in hand. Let's go get ourselves a Drizzile.
Makes sense.
Here is Drizzile. Drizzile is going to get us something. What's it want to get us? I might just get us Ball Guy, and we'll just go ahead and keep getting set up here. And I think that's the plan. So we'll grab Ball Guy. Ball Guy is going to grab us probably Dive Ball, Nest Ball, and a Level Ball. So let's go ahead and play Nest Ball and Level Ball here. One of them is going to be a Wailord. That's off of the Nest Ball. And off of the Level Ball, I do think I will go ahead and War Turtle here.
Sure.
And then I got a couple energies here. I want to put a Splash energy. Might be baiting out the Enhanced Hammer on the Splash. Is that better than Reversal? You know what? Let's go regular energy here, and then let's Beacon. Beacon is going to grab us Inteleon and a Wailord.
Makes sense. All right, we'll draw. Oh, you're going to go nuts. So I have a Ball Guy.
Okay.
I don't have a T-Magma's Great. So I don't have a way to get the energy this turn, and unfortunately the rest of my hand is kind of awful. But what we can do is we can go ahead and grab Ultra Ball. And we definitely want to grab the Hisui and Heavy Ball to get that roly-coly out of the prizes. And I guess we'll grab Heavy Ball as well. I don't think I need Quick Ball because the only basics I've got left are Metatite and Terrakion.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you need a Team Magnus Great Ball?
I don't. I can order one.
Okay.
It's just a point of stubbornness because a lot of the dark cards that I ordered didn't come in, and I'm just a little angry at TCG Player right now. Well, not TCG Player itself. I sell on TCG Player, but it's just one of those where it's like, man, I'm tired of my orders that are less than $5 not coming in.
Facts.
So we're going to Hisui and Heavy Ball, go grab the roly-coly, and put that back in. Man, missing this knockout for a second turn is really setting me up for a hard time down the line.
Yeah, feels that way.
So I believe we're just going to pass it back to you again.
All right, we'll draw here.
And the worst part is because Groudon has 3 retreat, I can't even like put up Rhyperior in the active just to stop shenanigans.
All right, let's go Inteleon. Let's
Yep.
start with the shady dealings here.
Yep.
Yeah,
this is where it gets bad for me.
So believe it or not, I think I have to save. I have Evo Soda in my deck. I think I have to save Evo Soda just in case you get Archeops online.
Sure.
Because it does get
around it, yeah.
So I think I will just grab an Evolution Incense as one of my cards here. And I kind of need to recover the Satitan that I threw away, but I got Satitan in energy, so the Super Rod might be decent. But definitely Evolution Incense. What's the other card I want here? I mean, yeah, probably just Quick Ball. Very lackluster, but I think that just speaks to like what my hand kind of looks like.
Hey, if it's good, it's good.
All right, Wailord. Evolution Incense. Gonna get us Blasty Boy. All right.
I believe that lets you take a KO with the Wailord this turn, right?
No, not quite. I'm gonna use Vitality Springs in my turn, I think.
Gotcha.
Let's go ahead and Quick Ball away Rough Seas. We might regret it, but let's just go ahead and get this Citadel online.
Makes sense.
We're just going to be spreading the love with this energy. And so I am going to put Splash here now in Citadel because you can't Enhanced Hammer everything.
I cannot. That is correct.
And then to end my turn, I'm just going to go ahead and Vitality Spring here. So I get to choose 6 energy cards, as it turns out, and just attach them in any way I like.
And it's any energy, correct?
Just any energy.
Any
1,
energy.
2.
It's a good thing Reversal's not online right now.
There's 2 of them. There's 3. 4, 5, and that's it. That's all the energy I got in my deck.
Oh no.
Which is good. It means we can't draw into energy.
But on the flip side, though, it means if I can able to come back, I might be able to start taking your energy out.
We got ways to recover them.
Yeah, and Ness is pretty good at that.
Hopefully this recycle energy never goes away. All right. So I think I got to go all 4 of these onto Wailord. Recycle, wash those energies. And then I think Reversal is actually going to go up here onto Inteleon. And yep, that's it. That ends my turn.
All right. We'll draw. We did not draw another supporter, which is unfortunate. Kind of expected with all my draw supporters being in most of them being in the prizes.
Mm-hmm.
But what we do have is Parallel City. So kind of make you make some choices.
Yeah, I think at this point, Blastoise does have an energy on it, but I think it does have the Floatstone too, so it's our best pivot. Yeah, let's say Splash energy though. All right, goodbye, Citadel. Maybe making a wrong choice here, but I feel okay about it.
It's kind of the choice I figured you would make anyway. So now we have some choices. So I have the energy. I drew the energy to attach to Groudon, so I definitely can take a KO on the Vulpix. However, you just come up and take a KO on the with the Wailord anyway. So Groudon's going down regardless. I could attach the energy to the Rhyperior. However, that just gets punished by you having exactly Scoop Up Net or a Retreater or something like that for Vulpix. So I think I kind of just need to take my knockout now and hope that I get a supporter off the draw, off the prize taking. So we'll just attach the energy there, and then we're going to use Magma Purge and discard the fighting energy since I only need to deal 60 damage.
All right.
And we will take a prize.
Yeah, let's actually go up into Blastoise. It's got a Floatstone, so there's that. We'll draw for turn. All right, let's go ahead and play Dive Ball here. We'll grab ourselves a Snom.
I actually messed up. I forgot Heavy Ball can get Karkle. Should have done that.
All right, let's go Pot Helmet onto Inteleon, and I'm going to rip a Marnie.
Sure. That honestly helps me more than it hurts me.
Gotcha. Yeah. We just needed something. Our hand was pretty empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. All right. Let's retreat Blastoise up into Wailord here. We got Wash plus Recycle.
Yep.
Boom. 240.
It's a lot of damage.
Tied game.
All right. So my hesitation is I think I just need to go up into the Roly-Poly. As much as it hurts me to not be able to potentially get the Colossal online, Rhyperior does just get knocked out straight up by the Wailord, and then I also have the Hisuian Arcanine in my hand now, so maybe I can do something there. So we'll go up into the Roly-Poly, and we'll draw. And let's see. Kind of in a sticky situation because I kind of need to draw out of this. So we'll start by putting Meditite on the bench just kind of as another sacrificial lamb, and the Hisuian Arcanine. And while I would love to just Guzma and potentially put that Snom and get it stuck, you do have outs, and I also don't have a whole lot going on if I do that. And that turns out really poorly for me if you're able to just switch back into the Wailord and take the knockout. So what I think I'm going to be forced to do is to just go ahead and play N and have a shuffle and draw some more cards and hope that I can find something to get me back into this game.
Cool. We had Lysander. I think at this point, I think the threat is still Roly-Poly. Like, you have no energy in play.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still just going to try to take out Roly-Poly no matter what, I think.
Yeah. And unfortunately, if the Wailord wasn't already, like, if this is a little one turn too slow kind of thing, where I think maybe if I was able to get in there before the Blastoise could Vitality Springs, then I think we'd be in a better position. But as is, we are going to see 5 fresh new cards and hope that that helps us. Well, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. So I think what I can do is... Sorry, it's going to take me a second.
Hey, all good, dude. Take your time. The people want to see a good game.
They do. Unfortunately, I'm not giving that to them quite yet. I think what we're just going to do is we're just going to attach a Fighting Energy to the Rhyperior, and then pass it your way.
All right, we'll draw here. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good draw. Very happy about that. Let's play Brooklet Hill.
Yep.
To bump Parallel.
Hey, I can use that.
Put down a Remoraid. Oh, dang, he can use it.
I can use that.
He's found a Fatal Flaw in our plan.
It's okay. I don't have many basics left to get.
Yeah, and I just feel like we're pretty good here. So I'm not even going to do much. I'm not even going to search another basic because I don't think we have another basic in our deck. But, I will just because I want to look at my deck. Hey, look, there's a Frostmoth in there, but we good.
Yeah.
Yep, Special Wave 240 to the Roly-Poly.
There's an egregious amount of damage. It has been knocked out.
Is it enough?
We'll see. So we're going to go up into the Rhyperior and draw. And didn't really draw what we were hoping to draw, which was a Raihan. But we can start off with a tag call.
Okay.
Go get Cynthia and Caitlin, and I believe the Mallow and Lana is still in here as well. Not that that helps much. And I guess while we're at it, we'll use the Brooklet Hill too. Go get, I believe Terrakion is the last one.
Okay. Terrakion, decent stall mechanic. That's like one of the ways to beat whales, I feel like, in fighting is if you can Terrakion a couple different times in this Wailord, you can find a way sometimes.
Yeah. So...
You still haven't burned a Field Blower.
I have not burned the Field Blower yet. And I do have some options, but my options are somewhat limited. We will attach this Float Stone to the Rhyperior. And we're going to hold off on retreating for right this second. And we are going to play... leave just Cynthia and Caitlin and get back. And Marnie are not particularly impactful, but drawing cards seems better than not drawing cards. So we're going to Cynthia and Caitlin away TM Devo because I don't actively want to Devo any of your Pokemon since I don't have Archeops in play.
Fair.
And we'll get back Marnie and then draw 3 cards.
Oh, I don't like Marnie.
All right. Then I have not attached an energy for turn yet, so...
Is this the turn you attached to Rhyperior?
No, I attached last turn.
Okay, all right.
We're going to go ahead and retreat the Rhyperior and go up into the Metatite because I don't think Metacham will be particularly useful later in this game either. And then we are going to Rescue Stretcher back the Roly-Coly.
I do not like to see that.
And then we are going to Earthen Vessel away I think just the Mallow and Lana because I can't survive your hits anyway. Go get 2 energy. Should be a fighting and a fire.
I was wondering if you were running the Metatite that does 40 damage.
No, because I don't know that it particularly matters. Obviously, there's some 30 HP basics out there where it could. But I think the Metatite that does 40 damage is more if you're playing like the Memory Dive Relicanth.
Okay.
Right? Because then you can Omega Barrage with the Metacham and deal 80 for 1, I believe. Okay, so we will then attach Fire Energy to Rhyperior, and you got it.
All right. Okay. I feel like without Marnie, our hand isn't long for this world. But like, okay. I think we're just okay with it. I'm going to go ahead and Irida here.
Sure.
Irida is going to grab us a Super Rod as my item and a Frostmoth as my Pokemon. So here we are.
Seems good. Let's you Super Rod back.
We're going to go ahead and Super Rod Satotl, Titan Energy. And then let's go ahead and use Brooklet Hill. And let's throw Satotl back onto the bench.
Makes sense.
We got 2 charged up attackers with Inteleon and with Wailord. And then I've got Frostmoth to put energy back if we need to. Also a couple different switch outs in the deck, so feeling like we're in a good place. So let's go ahead and Special Wave again.
Yep.
240 on your 70 HP Mon.
Yep. And then now we're going to go up into the Rhyperior. Because I can at least try to take a KO next turn. Won't happen, but...
Right now you can do 150.
I can do 150. Right, yeah, so... Got a couple things to do. First of which will be evolving into Carkol. Then I guess the question is just how much do I really want to try and stall off this Wailord more? Obviously, any damage I do for it can be negated by Mallow and Lana, and then also just by slapping a Lux Cape on it. So I think what I want to go ahead and do first is use Battle Compressor to just grab some stuff out of the deck that I don't really need anymore, like this TM Evo. I don't even think I'm really going to use it to accelerate energy, to be honest. I'll probably take this Brooklet Hill out because I think that's actively detrimental to me at this point. And then I don't think the Arcan is in the deck. It's the Plume Fossil that's in the prizes. But we'll put that there. We've got plenty of energy in case we find Colossal, which can't do this turn anyway.
It's been a while since I've played Whales, but is this just what Whales players are doing? Just like, here's a 240 or 200 HP Wailord doing 240 damage, just like never doing anything besides just attacking every turn?
Yep, they just attack every turn, and then they make you put damage counters on it, and then they negate those damage counters in some way, shape, or form. All right, so we'll attach the 3rd energy to Rhyperior to power him up, and then we're going to go ahead and play Marnie.
All right. Marnie's good here because I did have Tag Call for Mallow and Lana, so there is that.
For 5.
I could just draw a Mallow and Lana, though.
Could. Yeah, so again, we're kind of in the situation of like Rhyperior just gets traded out if I try to attack with it. And then also I believe the wash energy stops me from discarding you, because I
Yeah,
believe
it's
you
effects
can't
of
be
a
effects of
Pokemon. Prevent all
attacks.
effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to
Yeah.
this water Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I don't even really want to attack into that anyway because I don't get much out of it. So we're just going to retreat back and throw up the, I believe the Terrakion or the Arcanine, because I believe the Terrakion's a little bit more important.
Mhm.
And then pass to you, and we got to try and put it together.
All right. Well, let's evolve into Titan here.
Yep.
And Wide Wall only prevents when it's in the active.
When it's
right?
in the active, correct. Yeah. So if you boss it up right now, then that's probably pretty close to game.
Well, I think I care more about the
Carkol.
the Colossal, if I'm going to be honest.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going to Guzma up the Carkol.
Sure.
And we're going to go up into Inteleon here.
Yep. And Inteleon gets to put, was it 20 damage to a bench Pokemon?
Yep, it does. So we're probably going to set this Terrakion for a 120 KO as well.
Sure.
200 damage is something like I'm not really too worried about hitting. So I don't think putting anything on the Rhyperior is a number that matters too much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's good. Aqua Bullet will do 120 and then 20 on the Terrakion.
Yep.
Take a press.
Makes sense. And we'll go up into the Rhyperior because it's got the Float Stone. Draw. All right. So it was kind of important that you did that because I did have a path to Colossal this turn.
Sometimes I make good plays, Nikki. People don't believe me when I say that. Sometimes I do.
No, you definitely make good plays. So we're going to start with the Pokegear, kind of get my options first. So look at the top 7 and see what we can find supporter-wise. So there is a Raihan, which could be important. So currently, Pot Helmet is reduces by 30.
30, yeah. So Inteleon effectively has 190.
190, which is really awkward.
Do you want to waste your Field Blower on the Pot Helmet?
Yeah, that is the question, huh?
Which is one of the reasons why Inteleon's so good. Like, throw a Pot Helmet on Inteleon, take a KO. It's your support Pokemon. It's already done so much.
Yeah, that's true. So here are my options. Well, I guess I don't really have another choice. So I'm taking the Raihan. Because Cynthia doesn't do anything for me.
Yep.
So what I can kind of do is I can kind of go ahead and start setting up the Heatwing Arcanine if I play Raihan. I do also have Guzma, but again, that's not helpful. Because at this point, the damage is kind of already done. So if I Raihan, I can potentially set up the Heatwing Arcanine for next turn.
Is it better to go Arcanine or is it better to go Terrakion?
Well, the Terrakion's already got damage on it. So, so here's what happens is I take a Drill Run knockout if I Raihan for Field Blower, take a prize, and then you come up into the Whale Lord, and now I don't have a way to get around it if you are able to gust up the Terrakion. That just ends the game right there.
Yeah.
You did use Guzma, and you do have Boss.
I do.
Yeah. So I think we might be, because you only have 2 prizes left, I think we're just kind of in this point where you might have me in checkmate, basically.
Yeah. It feels that way.
Yeah, and I think it was too slow, but we'll go ahead and play to my outs. Go ahead and Raihan, put the Fighting Energy onto the Arcanine. And we're going to go search up the Field Blower. And unfortunately, blow the field on not the Luxurious Cape.
Yeah, you get your choice between. I know the Pot Helmet's going. Is it Floatstone or Brooklet Hill?
It's definitely going to be the Floatstone.
All right, 2 tools gone.
The Brooklet Hill does help me if I were to manage to recover something.
Plus, I think all of our Pokemon are in play.
Yeah. So Field Blower that away. Then we'll attach the Fire Energy to the Heatwing Arcanine. And then we will Drill Run for the knockout.
Yep. Inteleon, Leon. Yep. Damage before the effect, so the energy doesn't come to my hand. All right, let's go up into Blastoise here with the... Oh, Blastoise doesn't have Phone anymore. Never mind. We're going to go up into our Whale.
Yeah, I don't know that there was necessarily a reason not to go up into the Whale anyway.
Yeah. I have Escape Rope, but I don't think it matters about who I go after. All right. Let's Ice Dance and Energy on to Blastoise here. Let's put a Luxurious Cape on the Wailord.
Yep.
And let's
take the knockout.
Take the knockout.
Yep.
Hey,
So
we drew artillery finally.
we'll go up into the Heatwing Arcanine. We'll draw. And then, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to do. We'll attach the fighting energy, and I will do 160 minus 30. So 130, and then you'll take the knockout.
Yep. GG's.
All right.
All right. That was rough. We just,
Yeah.
I mean,
the Plume Fossil being in the prizes was kind of what gipped a lot of that, because I was initially intending, before I played the Nest Ball, to possibly go into the Archeops a little earlier than I normally do.
yeah. Yeah, Archeops is definitely something that like we were worried about. We were trying to get online ASAP. So when you hit us with Marnie on, I think, the second turn of the game, and we had like all our evolutions in hand, I was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
But we had a couple more turns of Vulpix before you took the first KO.
Yeah.
And then you never found Temple Sinnoh or Enhanced Hammer in a timely manner. So
Yeah.
Whales did Whales things.
Yeah. No, I think that game definitely hinged on me finding that energy off of the Marnie. If I find that energy, then, you know, I get to take a knockout in Vulpix, and you don't get to immediately tutor your stuff back up.
You want another one?
Yeah.
All
I think
it currently is 9:48.
Oh, yeah, definitely time for another one.
Cool. All right. Well, I've been curious about the Turbo Colorless match. So I got Turbo Colorless.
Is this the new Hops one?
It's not. I do have the Hops cards. I took them out. I was going to maybe play this at locals the other day, and these cards are not quite legal. So
I mean, you could play them on Wednesday, right?
I could if I. This set doesn't come out till March, though. It'd be a little
okay.
too
It would be
early.
a little bit of a stretch.
A little too early.
Yeah. All right.
But I think I let my first round opponent pick my deck, and they picked Fire. So into water.
Yikes.
We still won.
Yeah.
But turns out if you put damage counters on Wailord, you find.
Yeah.
Ninetales goaded.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I need colorless. It's colorless, fire, fighting are my last three badges, and then fairy if I want to count it as a real badge or not.
That can be the extra credit.
At this point, like, you know, Mahone was in this spot when he first started doing the badge league, where he got like pretty deep into it, and then he was like playing fire and fighting and all these kind of lesser types to a certain degree. And he was like, I don't know if I'm really enjoying this. So I kind of feel that now. I'm like, oh, like I'm keeping fighting as like this thing. You're good.
Okay.
To still do in the future, but like now I'm just like, I'm in fire, and like everyone's like, try out this sweet fire list. I'm like, I don't believe that there is a sweet fire list. So.
All right, so I guess since we're now on a third game,
sure,
I guess you'll call heads or tails.
Let's do hits.
All right, I'll go second for the third game.
All right.
Can't say I'm not getting my chances.
All right, well, we just got kind of a busted start.
Yeah, I don't know that I have quite so busted of a start, but we'll find out.
I don't think I have a single supporter in my hand, but...
that doesn't matter if you have Fan Rotom.
I wish I had Fan Rotom. We do not have Fan Rotom either.
Alrighty.
All right. Good luck. All right, we got Lugia and Squovitz.
Oh, it's not weak to fighting. It resists fighting.
We got the Resistor. All right, here is Fire Energy. Pass.
All right. Draw for turn. So I have kind of an okay hand.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of make a choice here, so I can quick ball. I think I probably just want a Karina first and see exactly what I'm working with before I choose what to discard in my hand. So we'll go ahead and play Karina and check the prizes. Ooh, boy, that's not great.
Oh.
Ooh. I got the Heavy Ball, the Rhyperior, and the Arcan in the prizes. So I can't get the Arcan off the Heatwing Heavy Ball. Having 2 energies in the prizes is also kind of bad, because that means I only have 7 energy in deck.
I wanted to believe, Nikki. You made me believe, and now you've gotten bad prizing. So the problem is you've given me hope.
Nah.
We can blame it on bad prizing.
I think we can still win even without the Rhyperior. All right, so it's just going to be a little bit harder. So now
I think so too.
We go get a fighting Pokemon. Think knowing that the Rhyperior is in the prizes means I kind of do want a quick ball now, because that means I can get Roly-Poly and one of my attackers on the bench. So I'll go ahead and get Roly-Poly as well as an item, which will... kind of hard here. So I could grab the rare candy and try to make like a colossal play if I get the chance next turn. I don't know that that's 100% great with not having any energy in the bin.
Yep.
So I think we're just going to forego that, and we're probably just going to go grab Tag Call.
Okay.
And set myself up to maybe play Cynthia and Caitlin next turn. And then we are going to quick ball away since the Archon's in the prizes and I can't grab it out, we'll go ahead and quick ball away the Archeops for better or worse, and we'll go grab the Groudon.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that that's a stage 1 and there's no way to get out your prizes, even though it's effectively a basic, right?
Yeah.
Fossils got so, after that banning, which I think was the right banning, that after Pokemon Research Lab got banned, Fossils just seem impossible to play. So more power to you for trying to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely harder to play. Again, I think I'm like the only reason why I'm able to do it is because the Archon can kind of be discard fodder early on in the game, and then it can revive itself out of the graveyard back to your bottom of your deck, and you can plume Fossil into it. So you definitely do have a lot more outs to it than like just grabbing a Fossil and having to hard evolve it. But it's not the greatest in the world. So we will attach the fighting energy to Groudon and pass to you because I'm fairly certain you can just knock out the Rhyhorn next turn.
All right, energy to Lugia, and then I'm just going to Arrow Ball. We're going to do 40 damage.
40 damage.
All right.
No Nest Dash.
No Nest Dash.
Suspicious.
No supporter either. It's just like, do I Nest Dash for one or just maybe hope that some of these other cards work together?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and Tag Call, go get the Cynthia and Caitlin and the Mallow and Lana.
Lugia having 30 resistance here is pretty nice. It still doesn't survive a Groudon.
No, it does not. But it does make me discard 3 energy.
Facts.
We got to get there first, though. All right, so then we will kind of play off the fact that maybe you don't have a big bench right this second, and we'll discard the Parallel City to the Cynthia and Caitlin to buy back the Karina and draw 3 cards.
Yeah, Turbocolus, known for not having to go big benchy.
Yeah, so I think we can just attach another energy to Groudon, and then we can go ahead and Ultra Ball away I think we're just going to Ultra Ball away the greens, and then also go ahead and Ultra Ball away the Heatwing Arcanine because I can just buy that back later. And we'll go get the Carkol, which conveniently was right there on the bottom of the deck.
All right.
And then I will send it back your way.
All right. We'll draw here. Well, that changes things up a little bit.
This is a double colorless into a gust.
Well, I mean, I do. I do have that. And I have a scoop up net for the Squovit. But I did draw into Guzman Hala here. But I still think I gust up the Carkol and just take this KO while I have the chance. I could... let's see. If I get rid of the danger, because Groudon's the only thing that can really KO Lugia right now, and your Rhyperior's prized. So I think if I go after the Groudon, I'm actually in a better spot than if I went after anything else.
I think I would agree with that.
So yeah, let's Guzma up the Groudon, and we'll go up into Squovit here. Let's do all the things. There's a double colorless energy. Here is a town map, so we can pick our prize. Oh, look, Battle VIP Pass was conveniently priced.
I hate that card so much.
Me too.
It's so bad.
I hate that card. I am ashamed to be playing it. All right, scoop up net the Squovit.
Yep.
Go up into our Lugia here. I am going to go ahead and Nest Stash here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Draw 1. Yeah, and then if I airball, do I have the KO? That's 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 100. Not enough, right? Because 20, 40, 60, 80. So yeah, 120. So I have to Deep Crush. So we'll Deep Crush 160.
Okay.
We can't attack. I'm going to grab this Mallow off of our prizes.
Sure. And then it doesn't particularly matter what I go up to. Rhyhorn kind of gives him an easy knockout eventually, but like it's all good. All right. So now our back is kind of up against the wall.
Now Lugia can't attack, so I have to get a switch out, and you know I've got Mallow and one other card.
Yeah. Mallow just tutors 2 to the top of your deck, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can see other cards this turn. I can kind of prevent that a little bit, but I think what we're going to do first is just go ahead and Karina so I can get the Colossal online. We'll go get Colossal, and then now we get to choose an item, which is going to be interesting. We could get Escape Rope. Doesn't really help me any particular amount. 2 cards, you could tutor with the Mallow. You could also just discard. The other option is that I could just go get like a Nest Ball and put Terrakion on the bench. Or I could go get a Versus Seeker.
Rescue Stretcher for Groudon.
I could Rescue Stretcher for Groudon. Actually, do I have Rescue Stretcher?
Groudon's scary, so I don't like it. You can KO my Lugia.
Yeah, my only thought is that Rescue Stretcher going down means that I definitely can't get Rhyhorn back later. But I think you're probably right. I think we'll probably just grab Rescue Stretcher. We'll evolve into Colossal. And the other choice was, too, is that I could grab the Earthen Vessel.
This one's effectively that, right? Because you get Groudon back, and then you can attach 2 energy. Although,
no, it was fighting.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll Rescue Stretcher back to Groudon. The only problem is that if I attach to Groudon, I potentially leave this Colossal stuck in my active.
We don't really have another way to charge up an attacker too much, and Lugia can't attack. So.
No, but I do have... So Lugia is 130, so Colossal can't even take the KO anyway. So I think it's just better to attach to the Groudon. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and Battle Compressor. That way I can get the full value off of it. And I think we're just going to put 2 fires. One of the fires is in the prizes. And then the Archon is also in the prizes. So we will probably just put the TM Devo in there because it's not particularly useful against most of your stuff.
There's the only one.
Yeah.
Who's in the prizes.
Yeah. So we'll do that, and then we'll use Tar Generator to accelerate a fire and a fighting to the Groudon. And then before we go, you just can't attack next turn.
Yeah, during next turn, this Pokemon can attack.
Okay,
so if I use my Escape Rope, I can again.
You can. So we're just going to go ahead and kind of play to our outs and go ahead and Enhance Hammer, because it would be quite bad if you were able to boss up Rhyhorn and take another prize that might dig you out of it. So yeah, go ahead.
All right, we'll draw here. Do I want to go ahead and attach this card to Lugia? Maybe. So let's Mallow here.
Sure.
Let's stack the top of our deck.
Yeah, I think playing the Enhance Hammer too also kind of changes what you're going to tutor up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because you'll get to draw whatever the top card you put if you want to. But I think that gives me a few more chances to not get donked.
Is that right? I guess if I actually just get this card, I can actually draw into that card. So yeah, let's get this card. I actually don't want that card. Let's Garrett this card instead. All right, let's order this correctly. Yes, yes. All right, Gift Energy onto Lugia.
Oh boy,
I want them cards.
Yeah.
Let's Nest Stash. We're gonna put that on bottom. We're gonna draw this. It's an Oranguru.
Wow.
Look at that. I'm gonna draw 3 cards now.
That makes sense. Now you get both cards.
Oh, dang. If I'd say that energy, I could be attacking this turn. Pass.
All right. Draw. So now's kind of the interesting spot where I can accelerate 2 energy to the Groudon. I don't need to accelerate 2 energy to the Groudon, but I do also have to get the Groudon into the active. So I think to help facilitate that, we're going to play Arven.
Okay.
And we're going to go get... definitely the Float Stone. And I'm thinking that we probably just want to grab Nest Ball and then go ahead and Nest Ball for the Terrakion.
Okay.
And then that way we can kind of do something a little bit better with our energy that we can accelerate. So Nest Ball goes here, Terrakion will go on the bench, the Float Stone will go to the Colossal, and we'll use Tar Generator to put the Fighting on Groudon, and then the Fire on the Terrakion.
Lugia, no.
And then we'll retreat into the Groudon. And the unfortunate part is that we have to discard all 3 energy off the Groudon, which makes things a little difficult. We could discard
2 and 1, yeah.
Yeah, I could do 2 and 1. That does allow me to attack with Groudon next turn if I think it's going to live. You do kind of have an uphill battle because Raihan's in the prizes.
But I do get to draw up to 7 here if you take this KO.
Yeah, you do get to draw, what is it, 4 cards?
4 cards, yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know that there's anything that would allow you to hit the 3 energy attachments you need to get Snorlax online. So yeah, we'll do 2 off of the Groudon, 1 off of the Terrakion.
All right, Lugia's down.
And we'll take a prize.
We'll draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll go up into Squobit here. All right. Draw for turn. Here's Snorlax.
There he is.
We gotta get our hand down because I got Mela.
That would do it.
Mela would do it.
Yeah, I forgot about Mela.
But I gotta get my hand down first. So let's play a Nest Ball here. Have you burned Parallel City yet?
I did. I discarded it earlier in the game. I discarded it to the Cynthia and Caitlin.
All right, let's grab Fan Rotom, and then Fan Rotom is going to grab Bidoof here.
The dreaded Fan Rotom.
All right, so I got Mela, but I need, again, like I said, I need to get my hand down for it to be really beneficial because I do just have Colress's Tenacity, but that's still just a turn behind what I need it to do here.
I suppose you also do need a way to get the Squobit out of the active, and I believe you have Escape Rope. Okay.
Yeah. That's probably going to be one of my plays coming up here. And I have like Rescue Stretcher, so I have 3 playables. I actually have 4 playables plus Mela, so I think we got a decent shot at it.
Yeah.
But I think I might have to fail this Trainer's Mail. So let's start with Trainer's Mail.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not really. Here's a Chaotic Swell, and I can just play that immediately. So
yeah,
there's that. I do kind of want Lugia back on my bench, so I think burning this Rescue Stretcher for the Lugia and then playing Lugia is fine.
Yep. Lugia is one of the better attackers against fighting.
Yep. How many cards do you have in currently?
Currently 3.
All right, so Resand Stamp actively
bad. One of them.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't know how much that changes anything for you because, again, that really only saves me on the Rhyperior, which we know is in the prizes.
Yeah, I can do 200 damage pretty easily, though, so I'm not really too worried about that.
Yeah. I guess you do have Muscle Band plus Snorlax.
All right, so let's Escape Rope here.
Sure. We'll send up the Rhyhorn just because I think at this point in time it's probably unlikely I get the Rhyperior up and running.
Let's Mela. Let's throw an energy, and then we'll draw 4 cards. 2, 3, 4. All right, we didn't get what we needed. But let's go ahead and Nest Stash. Draw 1. Let's Oranguru. Draw 2. There's a Twin Energy. And then this is going to put both my doubles down. Yeah, let's go ahead and Thumping Snore here for the KO. Snorlax does go to sleep. And then I think I need... I used VS Seeker yet? Gosh.
I don't think you have.
So do I just go Rhyhorn or do I go Barrel to see more cards? You still have to go Groudon, and then like you're maybe missing an attack. So I think let's just go with Barrel here. Then all you after that.
All right. So draw.
Oh, I can only use Fan Rotom's ability on my first turn. Thanks. Appreciate you, Jaybird, for calling me out. So that means Badoo's back in the deck. That's all.
See, I didn't even know that because they never don't have it.
Yeah, facts. That was my first time not having it on turn 1, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling me out. Appreciate you.
All right. So I can't remember if I discarded this earlier. I did not. I don't think I really need to put this on the bench. I think putting Meditite on the bench is kind of dopey because it gets knocked out by Fan Rotom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, giving me Fan Rotom targets is not good.
Yeah. So we do have the ability to power up the Groudon this turn. I think it's more of just a question of whether I want to Marnie you to get rid of the Bibarel, which I guess doesn't really particularly matter, or whether I want Cynthia to see an extra card. I think I want to go ahead and Cynthia first and save the Marnie for later when maybe it's a little bit more impactful.
Yeah. Because technically right now you'd be giving me an extra card.
Yeah, I'm giving you an extra card, but then also I probably would have Marnied you if the Bidoof was still on the bench.
Yeah.
Just because that does potentially stop you from seeing 2 extra cards next turn. Chaotic Swell is unfortunate, but doesn't make a whole lot of difference right now. 6. So 6 fresh cards. Kind of interested in seeing a couple different things. Energy being one of them is pretty good. So we can then now attach an energy to Terrakion. And then that also keeps the ball rolling. So I guess the question is, do we have to take out the Snorlax this turn? I think the answer is yes. That puts the twin energy down and kind of leaves you having to do the same thing where you don't have Rhyhorn, so can't power it up. So we'll Tar Generator onto the Groudon, and we'll move up into the Groudon, and then we will Magma Purge, discarding all 3 from the Groudon.
Just 2, right? I'm weak to fighting, so you have.
Oh, you're weak to fighting. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just discard 2.
Yep.
And take the prize.
All right, we'll go up in a Fan Rotom here, because like you mentioned, we're gonna have a tough time charging this up. Although I did just draw a card that will really help me a bit. All right, here's Cyclozar.
Cyclozar is good.
Here is Special Charge.
Special Charge is also good. That's also good for me because that means that there will be no more after this. After these 2.
Well, there's another one. There's the one that does 20 less damage. Yeah,
double powerful energy.
Yeah. Well, there's one that does 20 more is powerful, and then there's double turbo energy. So there's 3 double energies.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Colorless. So I didn't even get them down. Yeah. Oh,
Colorless sucks. Sorry.
Singleton rule. Let's go.
Please give me a functional print. All right. These cards are bad. Let's nest stash them.
Yep.
Draw. Let's play Cape of Toughness onto Lugia, and let's draw 3. Let's go Energy on Fan Rotom. Let's go U-turn board on Squovit, and then I'm going to Assault Landing. I got a Stadium in play, so it's going to do 70.
Yep. Fan Rotom OP.
Oh yeah, so good.
All right, we'll draw. Kind of drew something funny and interesting. Don't really see a whole lot of reason not to play this turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to Tar Generator onto the Terrakion.
Okay.
And then we are going to play Mallow and Lana, discarding TM, Evo, and a Fire Energy.
I know.
And switch out the Groudon and heal it into the Terrakion.
Busted.
And I believe that's really, I guess I haven't manually attached return. So we'll go ahead, and I think I'm actually going to go ahead and manually attach to the Colossal, just to put it into range of being able to attack if I need it. And we'll Cavern Tackle for 120 and the knockout.
All right. Fan run them down. We'll go up in a Squove here, and we'll draw. All right. Here is a VS Seeker. VS Seeker is going to grab. I could do Mel or Kuzma here. But I think I just need to start setting up other things. So we'll grab Mela. And then let's go ahead and Mela and energy onto Lugia. And we'll draw 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So strong.
Yeah, not 100% what I wanted to see here. But here is a Kangaskhan. This one Heavy Ball actually unplayable at the moment. Let's reset Stamp you down to 3. I'm going to respect that. Let's go Fighting Fury Belt onto Kangaskhan. And then I think I want to Pow Pad. I want to put Mela and Guzma both back into my deck here.
All of that tracks. All right, 3 fresh ones.
You were cruising. Then I didn't take Raihan off my prizes.
I mean, I think taking the Bibarel was probably fine because...
Well, turns out I couldn't have gotten the Bidoof.
Yeah. That definitely would have changed things, yeah.
All right, so I reset stamped you. I Pow Padded. Don't want either of those cards, so let's go ahead and Nest Stash here. Draw 1. That's a good card to have. And then let's draw 2 more. 1, 2. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put a Powerful Energy onto Lugia, and then we'll pass it your way.
All right.
Oh, actually, we're going to give up Cyclozar. I need the Squove it too much.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah. Draw. So it's kind of funny that you say you need to Squove it. So first thing we're going to play Heat Swing Heavy Ball. I don't believe I have anything. It's just Rhyperior, Heavy Ball, and Energy. Just get it out of my hand.
Not my Squove it, no.
Well, I'm not actually like fully gusting it up, but what I am going to do is play Avery.
Okay.
So 1-shot parallel, and I'll get to draw 3.
Yeah, I think in this situation it is Squove it. What's the wording on Avery?
So if you drew any cards this way, your opponent discards Pokemon from their bench until they have 3.
Cool. All right, so I will discard Squove it, and then you turn board disc, come back to hand.
Yeah. All right, those cards are not as impactful as I was hoping they would be, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead and use Tar Generator on... actually, I guess I have to retreat first. I do. I don't have any fighting energy in here. So we got to retreat the Terrakion, and then we'll Tar Generator... Terrakion goes here into the Groudon.
Yep.
And then we'll Tar Generator the Fighting and Fire Energy to Groudon. And then I guess I only need to discard 1.
Just 1?
Right? Yeah.
So Lugia does 20 more for each active. So I do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So I would just need 1 more energy, potentially.
Well, you would need 2
more energy. Yeah, 2 more energy to KO with Air Ball.
So there's not really a whole lot of reason for me to do that, to not discard 1. Yeah, so we'll just do 1. And then we'll take our prize.
Cool. All right, we'll go up in a Lugia here. And hope. All right, a lot of hoping needs to happen here. Okay.
And Lugia is at 210, correct?
180. Cape Toughness adds 50 plus the 30. So
plus
effectively,
210.
Yeah. Okay. So I can get my hand completely down here. I drew a Guzma, which is a little sad. I seem to find this double energy. So I think U-turn board is going to be more impactful than a Muscle Band. And then I'll Ultra Ball away my hand.
Sure.
And we'll finally get Bidoof. He's here, Chad.
He's here. That is God.
All right, now we need a Rangaroo to draw me into a double plus something good for next turn. And we're about to see 3 really bad tech cards. I can feel it. All right. 1.
We pray.
2. 3. Guzmala. Discarding Mal and Lana and Winona.
That gets you there, right?
Yep, there is a double. Let's see what else I got in my deck that I want to grab. Probably just get it out. Grab Turbo Energize.
Makes
And
sense.
then I guess I can grab Artisan here, but I just, I'm basically bumping my own stadium here if I do that. Allowing you to play Temple of Sinnoh, so no.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I haven't seen it all this game.
That's right. Temple of Sinnoh would have been game over.
It's not in the prizes, but I haven't exactly seen it either.
All right, I didn't play. Just double checking, I didn't play support this turn. All right, we did not. All right, Turbo Energize here, double colorless here.
Yep.
And then just double checking this enough. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. We did it.
Yep.
Arrow ball.
All right.
And this time I will not make a mistake. I will grab a Raihan.
Yep. We'll go up into Colossal just because it's got the float stone. Draw for turn. Unfortunately, I don't have my Raihan.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I think overly matters. Because I can't take the KO with either of my Pokemon anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what we're going to do is probably just go on Terrakion. So we'll attach a Fighting Energy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Tar Generator on a Terrakion. And then how much do I care about the rest of my hand? I think I kind of want to leave the other 2 supporters in the deck as well as the energy. So I think we're going to go ahead and Marnie.
Okay. Raihan, no, I barely knew you.
Yeah, the Raihan wasn't going to do anything this turn anyway, but I think it's more about preserving the supporters in my deck because fighting is so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so necessary to have them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we didn't draw a whole lot much else that's useful, so we'll retreat into the Colossal, and we will Cavern Tackle for 120 damage minus 30, so 90.
90. Still 2 hitting this, though. Still 2 hitting. All right, let's go ahead and quick ball away a heavy ball here. I don't think there's any more basics in my deck, but it's just good to check and get those cards out. I'm hoping that this Iono will just Iono you into oblivion. I am going to Field Blower the Float Stone. That's been pretty good. And then I will Iono here.
Sure. Yeah, my hand was not great. I mean,
I bottom of the deck.
Oh, no. Okay. I know those.
Okay. I get 3, you get 2.
There. I believe that was... No, it was... Not that, it was that.
Turbo Energize. Way discarded, by the way.
Okay. Shuffle what's left, and they go on the bottom.
Yep. All right, while you're doing that, did I say that I only get 3? I got a barrel. And here's a Capture Energy onto my Kangaskhan.
Yep. Go get another Pokemon if you have
it. We don't have it, though.
All right. That's what I get for not playing Iono in my own decks most of the time.
All right, let's draw 2 with the Rangaroo. 1, 2. And then let's draw 2 more with the barrel. And yeah, we'll pass it to you after that.
Now I get 2 cards. All right, draw. These cards are not particularly helpful.
Are we mounting another comeback?
Probably, if I had to guess.
Hand Disruption just so good against fighting. Just give them a draw supporter. Come on, guys. 1 draw supporter for fighting.
Do it, you won't.
Too scared.
So I guess the kind of question is I don't think you can knock out the Colossal without committing another. So it's 20, 40, 60,
I'm doing 180.
100, 120.
I'll just do Deep Crush. The other attack does just 160 straight
just does
up.
160?
And it's doing 180
sure.
because of powerful.
Yeah, okay. So it doesn't really particularly matter how I go about this. Once again, we have no supporters to play, which is unfortunate. I think we're still kind of just having to play to our outs. I think we just got to retreat the Terrakion, go up into the Colossal, and then just tar generator 2 energy to it. And then pass to you.
All right, we'll draw. All right. All right, twin energy on a Ringoru.
Definitely feeling the crunch of some people in the Cardboard Warriors that were talking about not having quite enough attackers.
Well, you did use your Rescue Stretcher early this game.
I did.
Because of Groudon, so that's something to think about too, just in this particular matchup. Yeah, let's go ahead and Deep Crush.
Yep.
And we will grab the only usable card is Night
Stretcher. Yeah. All right, we'll go up into Terrakion, and then kind of have to hit well here, which I did. So we'll play Professor's Research, discarding Rare Candy, Metacham, Plume Fossil, the Arcan still being in the prizes. And we'll draw 7. 7. I don't actually remember if I have any more fighting energy in the deck.
Okay. You're running Night Stretcher.
I'm not running Night Stretcher. So we'll play Growlithe, and then I guess we'll just go ahead and bump the Chaotic Swell with the Brooklet Hill. I can't use it anyway.
Chaotic Swell down?
And now's the fun part. You have a Fighting Fury Belt, you have a U-turn board.
And the Cape of Toughness.
Cape of Toughness, but no Lux Cape, which is very important.
I don't think so. Lux Cape is probably a card I won't play in this matchup because it's like, with weakness in play, it's going to give you 2 prizes. So
it could be too much. The biggest problem though is that I missed on the energy, which actually I believe I still have a fighting energy in the prizes. Maybe not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So if the fighting energy is still in the prizes, I don't actually have any more fighting energy in the deck. So I think you've just weathered the storm, probably. So yeah, there's not really a whole lot I can do. Just pass to you, and then I think you're going to take the knockout, and I won't be able to respond because I'll have no more energy left.
Well, we can't attack with Lugia because of Deep Crush.
Sure.
So there is at least that to think about. I'm trying to think of Oranguru. So it's 60 plus 20 times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active. So it would be
100.
60, 100. So not quite enough, unfortunately. I got Boss, though. So I could retreat into Kangaskhan. Is Kangaskhan enough?
Is Oranguru just attached to the active or attached to my Pokemon in general?
It's just attached to your energy attached to your opponent's active.
Okay. Yeah. So then you can't knock out the Growlithe either.
Yeah. I cannot with Kangaskhan, though, if I find a double energy, which I do have a double energy, but I just can't find it plus the retreat. Let's go for it, though. Why not? I really wish I could attack with this Lugia, but we can't. So yeah, let's boss up the Growlithe. Let's just get closer to a prize. None of these cards are good. None of them are good. So let's go ahead and put them. Oh, I can't even put it on the bottom because I don't have a Squovit.
No Squovit.
Oh, I'd lie. I have a Squovit. It's Night Stretcher time, baby.
Oh no, he's got the Squovit.
I kind of wanted to use it on another attacker, but maybe it's fine here.
I think it's probably fine.
All right, let's go. What's up, Caleb? Yep. Let's put those cards on the bottom. Let's draw 1. That's a pretty good one. Let's Oranguru. Draw 2. And then let's go ahead and play a tag call here. Thin the deck. Make my outs at finding this double turbo a little bit better.
Got a Mallow and Lana in there, I guess?
Nothing right now, actually. Just using the tag call to thin.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I can thin one more if I wanted to. I think I will. Let's poke a year.
Yeah.
6.
Same thing. You fail
7. It. Yeah, we'll fail it. I wish. Good thing I did fail it, by the way, because nothing good. All right. And then let's draw 4.
Yep.
I did find it. All right.
Poor little Growlithe lives to see another day.
Your poor little Growlithe does live to see another day. All right. Energy on Kangaskhan. Pass.
All right. Well, drawing the Earthen Vessel when I have no energies in deck is not particularly helpful. But we're going to go ahead and do a little thinning of my own. I will grab the Evolution Incense, which I think I discarded the Hisuian Arcanine earlier. I did. Which I guess I can get any evolution Pokemon, so we'll get Rhydon.
Yep.
Yeah, I am quite out of gas here.
We are also out of gas. This game has gone down farther than I thought it was going to get. I thought you were either going to run me over or we were going to run you over, but it turns out this has been a game of attrition.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with that Rhyperior, the prize just really, really dunks on me. What we can do, though, is we can play the Temple of Sinnoh, finally. Not that it does a whole lot. And then we'll play Pokegear of our own. So, 3, 4. Oh, there is an energy left in the deck. One singular energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess we kind of have to take it, huh? Just hope that that's good enough. Well, I can't even retreat this turn, funnily enough. So is it better to try and just draw into it? I've got 7, 9 cards in deck. Well, I guess, yeah, I could draw into it. Yeah, all right, we'll...
Pair character jumping up and down saying number one fan. So confused by this, Caleb. You have to explain to me what that is.
That is one of the super chats of all time.
What does pair character mean? Am I too old?
Not entirely sure, to be honest. Okay, so now we're going to make the desperate play and VS Seeker for Professor's Research.
Oh no, how desperate's the play? How desperate's the play?
Well, we have 8 cards left in deck currently. So I need exactly Escape Rope plus Fighting Energy left in the deck. I could go get the Fighting Energy, but then that means that I deck out to the Professor's Research. Yeah, because I need 2 turns to KO you, so I have to leave that last card in the deck. But before we discard it, we're just going to go ahead and use the Field Blower to hit the Cape of Toughness and the Fighting Fury Belt.
All right.
And then we will play Professor's Research, discarding Earthen Vessel, Rhyhorn, and Ball Guy.
Okay.
And draw 7 cards.
All right, I believe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We found the Escape Rope and the Energy. So we will attach the energy to Terrakion. We will play the Escape Rope.
All right. I don't want to give up here. Squova's got to go.
Sounds good. And then I believe Boss and Guzma and Versus Seeker in the...
They are.
They are. We'll put this Meditite on the bench just in case.
All right.
And then we will Cavern Tackle for the knockout.
All right. Whew. All right.
The Rhyperior is the last one in the prizes, the last slacker.
I'll go up into Lugia, and we'll draw here. All right. Let's play Colress's Tenacity. All right. Get those 2 cards. Play Arzon to bump Temple.
Yep.
Luxurious Cape on the Lugia.
Oh, no.
Pass.
Pass. Draw my last pathetic card, Kaiba.
Did we do it? Did we do it?
Well, I currently have no way to attach energy, and all you have to do is let me deck out. So
we did it.
Yep,
you did it. GG's. Yeah, you had Guzma stall, but
yeah, it just doesn't matter if it's the last card or if I have no cards in deck.
that was a crazy game, though.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about
So-
Splovit is I can keep drawing and putting cards on the bottom.
Yeah, that's just we're just really brutally showing off the weakness of fighting, of not being able to draw cards and getting reset stamped into 3 useless cards.
Reset Stamp, good.
Yeah.
2 of the decks tonight I was playing Reset Stamp, which I didn't realize going into this. I always forget that Fairy plays it, and it's not a card that's really high on my radar. I put these lists together, and they kind of just sit off to the side. But yeah, Reset Stamp in both lists. Turns out Reset Stamp really good against fighting. Turns out Hand Disruption really good against fighting. So
Yeah. Well, go back to the drawing board a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe I guess we can split the hairs with this and see whether I think the Metacham is worth leaving in, or and putting in a little bit more recursion, or whether I just cut the Metacham. And some people have been playing Carbink and Regirock.
Okay, I like Carbink a lot.
Yeah,
in that style.
Yeah, Carbink lets you help set up. It takes fire energy too. It uses a colorless energy for its basic attack to let you tutor up 2 items. Could also put more recursion in anyway. Little unfortunate greens didn't get to do anything tonight.
Yeah, I think the most we saw from greens was you discarded it.
I just discarded it, yeah, because one game it was in the prizes, and by the time I pulled it off the prizes, I had both Rhyperior and Colossal in play.
Rough.
So.
Yeah. I don't know, because like Metacham is really good if you have Archeops in play, right?
Yeah.
And then almost every other moment it's like kind of mid.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like thinking about it, I mean, we didn't see Archeops at all. We didn't see Metacham at all.
No, unfortunately, the Arkin was in the prizes 2 games, and the Plume Fossil was in the prize the 3rd game. So.
I just feel like that's the charm of your list, though, right? Like the Archeops and the Metacham is like the charm.
Yeah,
it's like you take that off, you're just playing Cole, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's true. I'm playing Cole featuring Archeops in a slightly different stage 2 that attacks better but doesn't accelerate as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll see.
I know. I like this a lot.
Monkey around with it.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks everyone for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Nikki, it was great to have you on. I'm glad we finally got to get you on too. Nikki, you selling TCG player? You want to push your shop?
No, not particularly, because I only sell Magic cards.
Oh,
so.
No, that's fine.
That probably doesn't help most of your audience.
That's fair.
But
cool. All right, cool. Well, hey, thanks everyone. Logan and I will be back tomorrow. He'll be playing the new Whale Lord, and I'll probably be back to Hops Colorless so we can see some future battles. But that's it from us. So have a good night, everyone.
Yep. Have a good night, guys.